What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the most important NYCFC podcast. You guys are hanging with the Dudes in Blue. It's episode 93. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm your host, Joe Amato, and alongside me, as always,
Annie's Carcello. What is up, dude?
Dude, what's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
Good, just thawing out from yesterday.
Yeah, that was a cold one. It wasn't as bad as the last couple of years, but it was a cold one.
No, yeah, the wind definitely was a factor. Just sitting still, it was bad. Walking around wasn't too bad, but at least we got a win out of it, and it makes it all worth it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Those that are rolling in right now for episode number 93, start getting those comments going, smashing that like button, and letting us know that you're here and where you're from. And for those of you listening on the podcast, thanks so much for listening to us. If you guys haven't already, please give us the follow. We're at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dudes in Blue. We make it real easy to find us. Dudes in Blue everywhere. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode. We obviously have the NYCFC home opener to cover, right, dude? We've got that to cover. We've got an awesome game to talk about there. We've got some player interviews from the locker room last night that I was able to pick up, so we're going to hear from some of the guys after the win there against the Galaxy. We have a little bit of an announcement to make towards the end of the episode regarding a little side project that the Dudes in Blue have going on, if you guys haven't heard already. And you're probably going to rant about some netting.
Just a little one.
I know that some of our, one of our Twitter followers, John, had asked if there was going to be a rant tonight, and not about the game itself, but certainly there has to be at least one.
I think I have to find something every week to pick on.
You have to, right? You might as well.
It's not the show.
Well, guys, again, thank you so much for joining us. Let's say hi to a couple of our guys here. Jorge Luis is right off the bat is saying undefeated 2-0. That is 100% accurate. We've got Andres saying Los Señores en Azul. I like that.
There you go.
I like that. Daniel Patrick, what's up, boys? Thanks for coming back, Daniel. We appreciate it. John Levin is back in town saying, I told you I'd be back. With a heart emoji. Thank you for that, my friend. And we got Glenn Perez coming in saying, sup, dudes. And I got more people rolling in here, guys. Leave those comments. We want to know what you thought about this match. Dude, let's start with the lineup. Nothing completely changed about last week except for that center back role that had to be replaced by Sebastian Ibeagha. Maxime Chanot had to be out on the red card suspension. You want to start with him, dude, because that was kind of like the one glaring change in the lineup?
Yeah, I think it was expected. He was a sub in the Kansas City game. We knew he was probably going to be the one, and he showed up to play, and he showed why he deserved it. Again, we haven't seen anybody else's training or anything like that, or play for that matter. So he was the choice, and I think he had a really outstanding game. I think his timing was very good. His clearances were very good. He stood his ground, didn't look shaky, didn't look nervous. He looked very, very, very good.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest takeaway for me from Sebastian Ibeagha's play was that he was really calm, really composed, and almost, I don't want to say like it was almost like he wasn't there, but it was like there was nothing that I could pick apart that made him stand out in a negative way,
right?
At all. Like he really slotted into that spot really, really well.
Yeah, it looked like he has been playing with those guys for years.
Absolutely.
Which is awesome. I mean, you can't ask for more than that when you're on a new team.
No, not when you're on a new team that likes to play out of the back again. How critical are the right and left center backs in Patrick Vieira's formation? I mean, the play either starts with Collins or Chanot or whoever else, right? So it was super important that he was able to pick up that spot. We're going to hear about him. We're going to hear from him in a little bit, dude.
Sweet.
Because when I was talking to him, he was talking a little bit more about Anton Tinnerholm, and I think that's who we have to highlight a little bit here too if we're talking about the back line. Because, dude, I want a Tinnerholm jersey.
He is Alex Ring's clone at right back. He plays an incredible game. He's aggressive, at times a little too aggressive. We saw that in the first match with the pushing and shoving.
But he settled down, dude. I think he settled down.
And just such a solid player, can do a lot of different things, can pass the ball, can get deep, can trail behind and be a force, as we saw with the goal. Just all around, very, very impressed with his play, and I think he's solidified that spot. I mean, I let him keep rolling. Just let him keep rolling. He is fantastic, and I love how he got fired up every time he was in that corner late in the game. He was just all over everybody, all over everything, and he looked like he was having a great time playing defense, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
Absolutely, yeah. Stephen Berg is saying his goal was sweet. It certainly was. David is saying that Tinnerholm with the super Swede goal. Yeah, that was pretty. It was a ridiculous goal. Eric is saying Tinnerholm built his confidence, and you can tell. I think even in the first game, dude, like he seemed pretty solid. Like you said, a couple of shaky little moments, but this game was like he's like, okay, this is my position. I'm never letting it go.
Yeah.
And he decided to solidify that with the game's first opening goal.
Yeah, listen, he was the presence of mind to be in the right place at the right time, knowing what's going on, knowing your surroundings, knowing where you can find space. It's all a huge part of the game, and he's got it. He's got everything. He's got everything going for him, and I mean that goal was perfect. I mean, you need goals like that. You need the garbage goals. You need the deflection to go in. You need the rebound to make open net goals. He had a wide gaping net, and luckily he didn't put it over the bar like some of these Scandinavian guys want to do all the time. But he just right place at the right time, and there's no price for that. I mean, when everybody can do that, it's amazing. The team is unstoppable.
Let's this is probably a good time, dude. I want to get to some of your comments in a sec, guys. Keep those comments rolling. Keep smashing that like button, and do us a favor while we're about to roll the first interview here. Share this video with your friends, guys. If you guys have friends that love NYCFC, by all means share this video right now with them. We're going to roll a little bit of a clip from Anton Tinnerholm's interview in the locker room last night. Let's hear his reaction to the goal, as well as the reaction to the fans at Yankee Stadium as his first time seeing it. So let's listen to Anton Tinnerholm here.
Hit it.
No, it feels great. Great start and super goal for me. I'm not used to score that kind of goals. Proud moment for me to add a home opener and score directly. And I felt like we played really well today, and especially in the first half we can score. No, it felt great. Really great fans. I heard them a lot in Kansas as well. So a bit surprised that it's that popular with this sport in US. So I like it in here, and a lot of fans here.
All right, so that was Anton Tinnerholm. I'm going to grab some of your comments in a sec, guys, but he was very surprised, not used to scoring a goal on his left foot there, which was great. He seemed like, again, dude, he seemed like he's been playing here forever. Just the way he kind of reacted in that interview, right? And my biggest takeaway from him was really interesting, that he was surprised at how much soccer is loved here in the States. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it. When you play in Europe and these other foreign countries, it's the only thing, and you're used to it. And so when you come here, there's a lot of competition, and you don't really expect it. It's usually an afterthought for most of these people until they come here and they realize that the league is physical, it's fast, and it brings a lot of fans with it. And it's maybe not as many fans as other sports, but you've got to believe that the passion from these fans is it's right up there with football, baseball. People who go and watch these games are really, really in tune with what's going on, and we all love the sport. So, welcome, and hopefully you keep playing like that, and we'll get louder and louder.
What a way to, have his debut in New York City. We have a couple comments rolling in here, dude. Eric is saying, we finally stopped relying on Villa compared to the last couple of years. It's what we've been looking for. Tinnerholm, a little bit of an unusual suspect for putting in a goal like that. But yeah, I think, dude, we've scored 4 goals so far this season, and 3 of them were not by David Villa. So I don't think we can ask, from a goal-scoring perspective, we can't really ask for much more than what we're getting, which is fantastic.
Listen, you give me this all year long, because your one-headed attack becomes a six-headed attack, and next thing you know, nobody's stopping anybody. And you have to you cause so much chaos and so many problems for the defense that it's just you become unstoppable. And you start rolling, and you put together these 7-8 game win streaks that really propel you to the top and keep you there.
Yep.
So I'm all for seeing guys play like this. I'm all for everybody getting their touches, getting their chances in, and taking the shot when they have it. Don't try to lay it off. If the guy's wide open, give it to him, and he's got a better shot. But otherwise, if you got a shot, you take it because, again, I'll take more assists from Villa and more goals from everybody else all day long.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's we're still talking about the back line here, which is interesting because so much offense has been coming from the back line. Glenn Perez is saying that Ben Sweat is killing. Mata is in a lot of trouble this year. We talk a lot about Ben Sweat, and dude, I'm telling you, man, he owns that spot for me. He's been involved with at least 2 of the goals that we've scored so far this season,
if not more. And then it's not just that. Look at when he finds himself space. The dude is like a gazelle. Like, he just gets there and he turns the jets on. He may not do it all game long, but when he has an opportunity to, he harnesses whatever energy he's got and he just bolts forward. And he creates a lot that way. You become an attacking player, and now all of a sudden you're one more person that the defense has to worry about. So for me, he's been playing solid, and I'm not moving him. I'm really not moving him, especially when Mata comes in and just does not look like himself. I mean, he got picked apart for the few minutes he played.
Yeah, David is actually saying that if Ben Sweat keeps this up, I think he should get some looks from the men's national team.
Possible.
I mean, listen, at this point, if he keeps going this way, I think so. I mean, the dude he's got offensive prowess, he's got defensive prowess. I mean, granted, the one goal that we did give up yesterday to LA was a little bit of his fault. I mean, but there was a little bit of sleeping going on D. But there's that. Real quick, Eric Estrada was saying that he's got to go early, but he'll see us next Monday. Listen to the pod, Eric, if you get a chance tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. So he's a threat on both ends of the ball, which is what you want from a fullback.
Yeah.
And we see it from right and left, dude. Like our right and left backs are solid right now. And it's still very early on, but
just got to keep it going.
We played a couple of formidable opponents. We a clean sheet and a 1-goal give up. It's really not bad, man, from our back line out of the first 2 matches of the season, right?
Right.
So, I see we got some more people joining in on the show, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Leave those comments. We just finished up our conversation about the defense. Leave those comments. We're about to hear actually from Ben Sweat, dude, because speaking of Ben Sweat on both sides of the ball, he made some interesting comments in the locker room last night. And let's hear from Ben Sweat real quick before we wrap up that conversation.
Sweaty.
So the first game was close with David almost sliding it to me, and then this game, so I'm thinking third time's the charm. So hopefully next game against Orlando, I'll have another opportunity to put it away. Mata's a great player, and if he puts Mata at left wing and me behind, or vice versa, nothing's going to change tactically.
So really interesting. Number one, he really wants a goal. Said he had a chance last week and had a chance yesterday. He's third time's a charm, man. I would love to see Ben Sweat pick up a goal against Orlando.
Yeah, listen, if he picks one up early in the year, there's no telling how many he can pick up. Listen, he may be good for 3 or 4, which is huge out of a back. It's amazing.
The more interesting discussion is his comments about Matarrita, but I want to know from you guys, start putting them in the comments. Do you think Ben Sweat is going to score against Orlando on Saturday? Do you think he's going to get his wish? Start dropping those comments and let us know what you guys think about that. Dude, he dropped a little hint about Matarrita there, saying, if coach wants to play him at left wing or even vice versa, he's down.
Listen, at this point, Rodney Wallace, while he did have a decent game, he's very much everywhere, but wasn't doing any one thing particularly outstanding. You know what I mean?
I thought he was like non-existent almost. Like he was hard to find in the game.
Well, because he kept moving around, and Patrick Vieira said yesterday post game that he gives Medina and Wallace freedom to switch sides whenever they want.
Right.
That to me is interesting because you're giving people kind of free form, and your communication has to be on point when you're doing stuff like that, because it's very easy to get two guys on the wrong side of the field and all of a sudden trouble starts. But for me, his hold-up play was decent. Couple good passes, couple good runs. He had a couple of shots at the net, but he's just wasn't doing anything exceptionally well. But again, he wasn't awful. So I think, change it up, throw somebody else out there and see what happens. Maybe you get a little more production out of that spot. I mean, a forward, you've got to be able to show the offensive numbers to play up there. You can't just be, passing and holding. You got to do something playing up top. So. I'm all for it.
Harrison is saying Wallace needs a goal. I mean, I would like to see a goal. Daniel's saying that he would prefer. I'm not really sure. I'd prefer him to Wallace. I think maybe are we talking about Matarrita perhaps? And Glenn Perez is saying, do you know what the Jonathan Lewis situation is and why he's not in the 18?
That's a tough one. It's got to be something going on in training, maybe lack of experience. I don't know. The kid's got the talent, but I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what it could be at this point.
No, for sure. We have a relatively new face. I'm not sure we've seen you before, Martin. He's got a big comment here, dude, and this could spark some conversation. It seemed like there were too many passes when they were near the box. Very few vertical runs. Players were going towards goal with an opening rather than go for it and take a shot. They passed to the wings. They lacked the killer instincts. Better teams will make them pay for it. I felt that we had more of a killer instinct this game than we've had in a very long time. As a matter of fact, I think this game could have been 5-1 easily with the shot that we were taking. We were pretty deadly around the box, especially when it came from the wings.
Yeah. So you got to remember that this team very much in practice, because we've seen it, they are very much a left to right team. They play all the passes. All the passes are horizontally, spreading the pitch left to right. You wear down the defense that way, and then you make your move. They've always done that. There are very few times where they make vertical runs, and you saw one yesterday on the counterattack. They were all vertical runs. Medina with the pass, and they were vertical runs. It's just the fact that you have to use the horizontal passes side to side in order to pull the defense out and make space. Don't forget, you move that ball left and right constantly. The defense has to move left and right. When they move left and right, you can actually find holes to put yourself in and create a passing lane. And that's what they do. That's what they focus on. They focus on the wing play. They're going up the middle with this team is almost detrimental at times because they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Steven is saying, I like their style of play. If the team keeps this up, I do too. I certainly do too. I think if we're deadly on the wings right now. This has been
people are getting open. People are finding space.
Think about where our 4 goals have really come from. It hasn't really been up the gut.
No, it's been you've got great wing play from your wings and your backs.
Exactly.
It's been phenomenal.
Let's talk a little bit about, and this is prompted by a comment from David. Herrera could easily have had 2 goals himself if he improved his finishing. I think.
Gotta bury one.
Yeah, that's clear as day. I mean, Herrera could have had a couple easily. I mean, he put one, pretty much both of them right at David Bingham.
Well, the first one was just wide.
Oh, no. Oh, well, he did. Yeah, he had 3 chances, right?
And then the one that Villa laid off to him, I mean, Villa shows great patience, great hold-up play, lays it off to a wide-open Herrera, and at that point, that ball's got to go in. You've got a lot of net to go for, and you put it right in the breadbasket. Can't do that. You got to pick either near side or far side and blast it. And that to me it's fixable. It's very fixable. You keep taking shots. Stay after practice and keep ripping the ball from all over the box because he's going to get his looks. He's gotten his looks already.
That's right.
In both games. So if you're going to get production out of him, going to be fantastic.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I thought Maxey had a pretty good game. Picked up a couple of shots. Felt like the shots were kind of weak, but he had an okay game.
Too. Yeah, a little shaky in the beginning too. A couple of passes that guys just get their legs in, and that's just a product of his size. For me, I don't know. The corners are just not doing it.
Yeah.
They got to do something. A few years back, they had a bunch of set plays where they scored 3 or 4 times, laying it off short and then getting somebody open or getting it to the top of the box and somebody getting a shot like R.J. Allen or David Villa, stuff like that. I think that's more stuff you have to explore. And if Medina's taking corners, I'm for that too. He's got a little bit of a stronger leg than Maxi, and he can get the ball to the far side of the net.
Yeah, but you know what, dude? I think, when Pirlo wasn't playing last season, Maxi was taking the corners, but who oftentimes was on the receiving end of those? It was Jack Harrison. So, I want to see Medina more involved on the set plays, not necessarily taking them, dude, but getting the ball into the box.
You can't just pick out one person, though, for me. I want you've got the height now. Some of these guys in the back have to step up. You want to see Callens up there. You want to see Ibiaga. You want to see Chanot. Those guys really have to get their work in and work on the corners. As far as offensive players go, Herrera can do a decent job. Wallace, of all people, get open. Get open, and you've got height on most people. You're a decent-sized dude. You've got to be able to do it, too. So it needs work. Set pieces are never really our strong suit on both sides of the ball, so I think those things do need to be worked on.
No, for sure. But dude, from the run of play though, haven't really had an issue scoring goals from the run of play so far. So it's been, I'm okay. I'm okay with, again, dude, fixable. Yeah. We're talking about things that are fixable that can be constantly improved on. I mean, last year we had some beautiful set piece goals, but not really in the beginning so much, right?
Yeah.
So
as long as you avoid the mental issues, the mental mistakes
on defense,
100%. Those are the ones that are hard. Those are even on offense when you dig yourself into a hole because you haven't scored or you're pressing too much against yourself. It really comes down to you just have to bear down, and physical things can be fixed with practice. That's really all there is to it.
Exactly, dude. Glenn is saying I don't think I enjoy seeing Medina leave so early in the match. And I don't know if you watched Vieira's press conference after the game, but Vieira did mention that he's working him up to 90 minutes. I don't think he is that 90 minutes ready at that high of a level just yet. He's almost there, but if you've got the depth,
you got to use it.
You got to use it, right?
You have to use it, but you have to see what you have available. God forbid somebody gets a knock and goes down. If someone gets injured, you got to know who's going to replace them, and you're not going to be able to see that unless you get these subs in. And the subs have to hold their own weight too. You put these guys in, and they got to do well. Alfori looked very good, aside from the one tackle where the guy who's been playing for 90 minutes blew right by him. But he's got legs, he's got height, he's got ability, so that's always good. You just got to see these guys. Remember, the kid's 19 years old. He's got to be worked up to like this level of physicality. And my favorite thing about this was Vieira said he was mad when he came off.
Yes.
He wants to play. I want all my players like that. Every single one of my players should be mad when they come out of the game.
Yeah, no, and that's good, man. That's what you want to see. Like you want to see that fire. You want to see that spark that I think towards the better half of last season we kind of lost it, that was we didn't have that bite, and you're certainly seeing it now. Ari is saying that the subs look like they filled in seamlessly. I think the depth is going to be huge this year, dude. Just real quick, just going over the we saw Fori come in for Medina in the 68th minute. So I going back to, I think it was Glenn's comment, he did take him out a little bit early, with a little more than 20 minutes left in the match. But then 86 minutes, you saw Tajori come in for David Villa, which, dude, I'm okay with. I don't mind seeing Tajori out there. And then you saw Matarrita come in for Wallace, which I think that could have been made a little bit earlier.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to protect a little bit of a lead. Again, it's hard. I feel like when we have a 2-goal lead or a 1-goal lead, it's very, very nerve-wracking to sit back and invite so much pressure because being a possession team, when another team's coming in pressing hard, trying to get a goal, and you don't clear it because you're taught to keep the ball, it makes it frustrating. There are so many chances towards the end of the game yesterday, the last 10 minutes alone, where you're just like, get it up the field.
Yeah.
Don't worry about possession right now. Get the ball up the field and give yourself a chance to reset.
Yep.
Because right now you're creating a disadvantage for yourself because players are coming and going, trying to figure out whether you're passing the ball up or keeping it, and it's very difficult. So that needs to be worked on for me as far as defense goes. But other than that, I think the subs are okay. You know, they've played decent, and they're going to get their minutes. They're going to get about 20 minutes. That's what it's going to be. Between 60 and 65th minute, you're going to get guys in there. And from then on, and that's the way it's going to be. It's just a matter of who it's going to be and what they're going to do when they get the ball.
Yeah, just a quick shout out here to Nicholas, the Section 109 buddy. I saw you down there by the wall. Great for celebrations, and we did have a few on Saturday. We certainly had a few celebrations as well. Very fun. It's good to see you there, guys. Keep those comments coming. Keep hitting that like button. Hit that
like
button. It's a button. I'm having a little bit of fermented grape juice this evening, as you could probably tell. But yeah, I think definitely a lot worth celebrating in this match, dude. I don't think there was much criticism that I could really pick out. I think the last piece here that we didn't really discuss too much, then we could bounce around a little bit if we want, but is Sean Johnson, dude. Sean Johnson again had, aside from that little hiccup that led to the goal, which wasn't necessarily on him. Dude, that one save in the first half was
huge.
Was
absolutely humongous. He made himself look 12 feet tall in that play.
Hit him right in the face. Just
fantastic.
Like
his hands are good. His hands are good. He's hold on. He had a couple of shots where he grabbed, a couple corners where he got him out. So he's what you expect. He gives you a chance to win the game.
Yeah, David is saying his point-blank save was amazing. It certainly was. Steven is saying the save, man. I love Sean Johnson, and we got a little bit of a clip from him talking about his basically about talking about how he's been working with the new defenders, and I will let's play it. Let's hear from him. Let's hear what he had to say about it, right?
Yeah, the connection's been great. I mean, obviously the depth we have this year is tremendous, and I know we stressed that coming into this year and the acquisitions we picked up. So Sep stepped right in, picked up where Maxie left off, and that's what we want. We want a group that's dynamic, it's versatile, and we've seen that this year already, where players come on, everybody contributes. So at any point in the year, everybody's going to have to step up and contribute. And I think we have the confidence in all the guys to really step in and do a job.
Yeah, so he's very confident in his back line, and that's huge for a keeper. I think he was really confident last year, and this year, even though there's some new faces, he looks like he's been playing with them. Even with Sebastian last night, they look like they've been playing together for a while. Which dude, isn't that crazy? How much of a transition we've had in just 2 weeks, from going from preseason to match week 2. It's just amazing. Yeah. The connection that he's got with that back line. They've done very, very well. That's
kudos to the mental abilities of both of all 5 players, really, 6 players if you're counting Chanel. They just do a fantastic job communicating and working together, and I mean, let's face it, it starts and ends with them. That's the way we play the game. So if those guys are on, it's going to be hard to lose.
Steven is saying better than Josh Saunders. I think we can mark that down as understatement of the episode.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. You win, Steven. I don't know what you win, but you win.
But you win it.
But you won it, for sure. Yeah, Sean Johnson, just amazing, guys. We'll kind of wrap up the discussion about the match here. I want you guys. It's due to the match time, dude. And I want you guys who are listening and watching, drop those comments. Let us know who your dude of the match is. And we're going to have a little bit of a discussion on it as you guys start ringing in those comments. Who did you think deserved dude of the match for the second match of the season? Just so you guys know, the star of the match at the stadium was David Villa for his 100th match and, for scoring in his 4th consecutive home opener. However, dude, do you agree with that?
No, those don't count. Those don't count. That's like a popularity contest. Those don't count. For me, if you really take a step back and watch the play of Jesus Medina, he shows you what he's got. He had the vision, and not only the vision, but the physicality and the passing to go along with it. He put a couple balls into space where it was like a thread through the eye of a needle. It was just unbelievable. He's been a part of a lot of the offense. He's showing that he's getting more and more comfortable as he's playing, which is fantastic. And just for me, just the sheer vision and the passing alone in that game was absolutely incredible. He picked out Villa a couple times. He was just really, really solid, and I liked his game. I thought his game was probably one of the better ones that we've seen from anybody on the field.
You said Medina, right?
Yeah.
Dude, the comments are rolling in, and it's a pretty even split between Medina and Tinnerholm. Tinnerholm might have a slight advantage on this one in the comments, but dude, I don't know. I didn't feel like Medina had his strongest game yet. I feel like Tinnerholm for me was the rock.
Yet. He was a rock, but he didn't have his strongest game yet. And look what he showed you.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Yeah, Medina. He was again, just because it doesn't end up on the score sheet doesn't mean he wasn't having a fantastic game. I agree. Tinnerholm is also a great choice.
We got like 5 more comments for Tinnerholm that just rolled in.
I guess. Well, he might be the winner.
Well, let's hold on, dude. Let's talk about it. Tinnerholm, he was there on the first. The first goal was his with that absolute blast. I think just on both sides of the ball, Tinnerholm was a beast. I mean, he had the tough task of keeping Boateng at bay, and when you have an LA Galaxy team without Roman Alessandrini, a lot was relied on Boateng, and I think Tinnerholm did a really good job of keeping that scoring threat as not being a threat. I mean, when you look at the and I'm not saying that this is completely his doing, but shots on target for LA, I mean, they had 3 shots on target the entire game. So, he preventing crosses, winning the ball in that corner. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, either I could lean either way. Just for me, I liked, just because we didn't see it so much the first game. I mean, he did score a goal, but now you're seeing all the tools that Medina can bring. You saw more of it in this game. So either way,
David is saying that Dos Santos did beat Medina a fair amount of times during the game, and I mean, okay, But you're not looking for Medina to be that strong defensive.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not really looking for that. Steven is saying, I can't believe that he kept playing after rolling his ankle like that. When did Tinnerholm roll his ankle, dude? I'm trying to remember.
He got fouled pretty hard.
Oh, that was him. Yes. But I thought it was Ring, but it was not.
First half.
Yes. Yep.
First half. Yeah.
Yep. Correct. That's correct, dude. I'm telling you, are we gonna throw it to the fans watching right now that are gonna, because dude, it's pretty overwhelming that Tinnerholm is the dude of the match.
How about this? The next person who votes.
It's hard. It's hard because it's coming in delayed.
I don't know. Who you?
Dude, I see more Tinnerholms than Medina's.
So give it to the Tin Man.
Let's give it to him. Let's give it to him.
He scored. He scored. So he's on the stat sheet in that respect, and that alone just elevates him a little bit more. So,
dude, more
the Tin Man gets it.
More comments for Tinnerholm from Coco and Glenn. We're Tinnerholm, Anton Tinnerholm,
Glenn
number
Coco.
3 gets the dude of the match for Dudes in Blue episode 93. So it's been decided.
Are we keeping track of these?
Has gone what?
Are we keeping track of these? Because we're always supposed to keep track, and we've never kept track before.
I'm writing it down now. Now I'm keeping track of who to do to the matches. We had Ben Sweat for the first game, and Anton Tinnerholm. So, dude, both of our outside backs have picked up due to the matches out of the first 2 matches of the season.
Awesome.
That's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. Guys, I know for all of you that are here, thank you so much for watching. Please keep smashing that like button, letting everybody know that you're in here hanging out with the Dudes in Blue for episode 93. It's been awesome so far. And if you could hit that share button and let people know that we are here talking some NYCFC. Dude, overall, just a solid match. I think to kind of wrap up the discussion on the match was, if this is the way we play, I am loving it for the remainder of the season. Yes. This was a great performance. Very similar in some respects to the KC match, right? Maybe one or two more defensive leaks in this game, or it could be the same. You could look at it both, like that. But
yeah.
But overall, just a solid offensive game. I think the big takeaway on the more negative side is that the finishing needs to be improved upon across the board.
Yeah.
Too many
I also
shots
think that
wide or right at the keeper.
Yeah, I think if this game is played, this particular game, I think if this game is played 3 or 4 weeks from now, I think the scoreline's much different. I think it's easily 4-1 at minimum. I mean, it's just the way it goes. It's early in the season. It's cold. The ground is hard. There's a lot of different factors going on. As we continue to play and roll and the guys continue to build chemistry, it's only going to get better, which should make you all really excited.
Yeah. Steven is saying 6 out of 6 points, can't complain. No, we cannot. No, we cannot. And 3 out of the 4 goals not scored by David Villa. Let's keep that tally going, because that's going to be key this season, is keeping him. Listen, I want to see him. Let's see him at the end of some assists. Let's see him. I'd love to see him score 20 goals this season, but I want to see another 30 coming from everybody else.
Yeah, like a 2 or 3 to 1 ratio we need.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm more than happy with that. So overall, just a really good showing from the squad. It was great to be. It was great to be there for David Villa's 100th appearance for NYCFC. The home opener obviously is always an exciting time. It was pretty damn cold, but we definitely we broke through it, dude. I know you had a little bit of an issue with the netting, which is why.
Yeah, so we were all told as we went over it that the netting on top of the dugouts was going to be retractable. And as far as baseball goes, that net was going to be retracted during batting practice so the fans can interact with the players on top of the dugout. And then come game time, it is dropped and all is well. Good, not a problem. I picked my seats in the corner that's down there. I'm 2 rows off the field. The corner's right there. Beautiful. I'm so amped up. I sit down, and that net is permanently fixed to the top of the dugout.
It ain't moving.
It is not moving ever.
Eric Stellato says that's why I moved my seats.
Yeah, well, when you read an article saying that it's going to be up and it's always down, it kind of throws you off. Because, don't get me wrong, when the game is coming towards you, it's okay. Not good for photos of any kind, because anytime you try to zoom in and get focus, all you're focusing on is the netting that's there.
Yep.
The play down the field is difficult to watch because your eyes do kind of lose focus with the net being there. It wasn't so bad later on at night.
Y'all kick me.
Exactly. So just sitting there, and I'm not overly frustrated, but I mean, it is what it is. But I do have a bit of good news. I got new seats.
That didn't take long at all.
My rep called me today, and she told me that there were 2 seats available in section 109.
Boom!
Row 3, seats 8 and 9.
Right behind me.
Yep. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, I'll take them.
That is it. No, that's
The
beautiful.
band is back together.
That's it. The dudes are back together in 109. That's where we started, dude.
And that's probably where we shall stay.
I'm telling you, man, I will not move my seats. I'm in the second row. It's beautiful. I love this. I love those seats there. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so if you're trying to think about getting seats anywhere from section 15B on behind towards the dugout, don't do it.
Stay away.
Just sit somewhere else. You can get equal or cheaper seats elsewhere that give you better views of the game.
Yep, there you go, dude. I don't want to bounce around here too much here. Eric Stellato said he moved. Steven is saying come over to 105, but yeah, well, you're in. You need to get a mini tifo going in section 109. Says Ari. We could do. Yeah, we got to do something.
That would be interesting.
We got to do something, dude. Real quick, let's.
Dudes in blue flag and just run it around the stadium during halftime.
I know exactly. And thank you to you guys that have spotted us in the stadium yesterday. There was a couple of you that did, which was fun. Dude, let's do a quick little chat on the match coming up on St. Paddy's Day on Saturday against Orlando City at Yankee Stadium. This is a team that has not won yet this season, and Jorge is saying, so glad we don't have to face Laren on Saturday. But as my memory serves me right, I think Sasha Kleshin is back in the in contention for Saturday's game because I think he was serving a 2-game suspension for the altercation in the tunnel from last season's playoff game against Toronto.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. And you got the return of one R.J. Allen.
Yeah, I mean the return to the bench. Kaká is retired, which yes, that's I guess a plus in our favor. That's going to be an interesting game. Eric is saying that he doesn't think Dwyer will be there either. I don't think Dwyer has been started. I think he's injured. I think Dom Dwyer
I think he's really hurt. Yeah,
he's out for quite a while. So yeah, somebody confirm that. Man, I wish Roddy Russell was in this conversation, man. He'd be all over this. Like, he'd be the first one to be like, he's out 2 to 4 weeks for an ankle injury. Like,
he's like our stats runner. It's just like, I just snap my fingers and he's giving them to me.
I know, it's amazing. No, I do believe Dwyer is hurt. So this team is 100% beatable. I think if we were able to take care of Sporting, who had the best defense in the league last year, and were able to shut down LA Galaxy at home, I think Orlando is sure to be a squad that we can totally take down at home.
Well, here's the thing. It's a different-looking Orlando squad than the last 2 years. A lot of player turnover, a lot of different faces. You've got Justin Meram down there now, which always poses a problem for us.
He's always a problem for us, yeah.
He's always up in the middle of something going on. So it's going to be interesting. Hopefully there's no Giles Barnes that's going to pester us, no Kyle Laren. So you don't have to worry about those guys, but you do have to worry about new guys who you haven't seen play with the pieces that were already there to begin with. So, again, beatable, yes, but it's always going to be a challenge. Every game is going to be a challenge, and no game is a cakewalk.
No,
everything's got to be taken seriously, and focus has to be there 100% of the time.
Anybody can beat anybody on any given day in this league. That's just the way that it goes, right? So, let us know in the comments, guys, the result: win, loss, draw. I don't want to know scores. Just give us win, loss, draw in the comments for Saturday's matchup against Orlando. Jorge is saying that the 12th man will be big this game. I promise. It's going to have to be. We got to bring the noise, man.
Yeah, but this did a pretty good job. Pretty good job yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. Glenn is saying tough getting one by their keeper. Bendik is a shot stopper for sure. I think
he's given us fits.
He what?
He's given us fits.
Yes, he has. He has stopped some serious shots. Dude, I got a lot of W's coming across the board here. Some guy, Eric is saying it's going to be close, but I got a lot of W's coming from the dudes in Blue Nation right now.
That's fine with me.
I'm more than happy. Hey, Uncle Dom is here. He says, win, I hate losing. I think we all do, Uncle Dom. What's up?
We know.
Absolutely. So, you guys, this has been so much fun. We've got one more. Ari's given us a score line here, 2-1. I want to see a bigger score line than that for NYCFC. I want to see more than 2 this game from us, for sure. Guys, smash that like button and let us know that you're enjoying this. We really do appreciate all the feedback that you guys have given us. We've got a little bit of I don't know if it's really an announcement, dude, but it's more of just like not really a long time coming, but over the last few episodes, we've been talking about NYCFC deals on Amazon, right? And how if you do some searches for Amazon for some teams on Amazon, you can find some really ridiculous deals for fan gear,
like this MLS All-Star training top for $7.88
delivered.
Yeah.
So guys, if you haven't heard already on Twitter, we've started a little bit of a side project here for you guys, and we're here to announce at FC Soccer Deals on Twitter. Head over to Twitter, follow FC Soccer Deals. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to scour Amazon as frequently as we can to bring you guys the best NYCFC deals on Amazon as we see them. I know, dude, you spent a lot of time on Amazon. I spent a lot of time on Amazon. We could probably get your brother Franco involved to some extent, because he spends a lot of time on there as well. Head over there and just check out some of the deals that we're going to be posting. We're going to be doing them as regularly as we can. We'll try to share them to the Dudes in Blue page as well, right, dude?
Yeah, we what we didn't want to do was we didn't want to inundate all the Dudes in Blue people with constant deals, because then it looks like Dudes in Blue
It's a
becomes
salesy account. It's
a
horrible.
salesy advertising thing. We don't want to do that. We will mention the NYCFC stuff as we see fit, because we know you guys like that particular stuff. But the FC soccer deals handle is actually going to be an MLS
Right.
wide thing where we can get everybody involved, because it's a great way to grow the sport. You know, you're getting your stuff for cheap. I know it's hard for people to get jerseys and things of that nature, but we're going to save you the legwork. We're going to save you the having to go and look and click this and that. We'll break it down. You can go. We have deals up there already. We've got a couple of women's items, baby items, things like that. It's going to be a wide range of stuff, but it's all going to be MLS. And again, we will definitely make it a little more NYCFC friendly, because that's where we spend most of our time, and
exactly.
where you guys would benefit the most from it. So when you go on there, you click the link. If you like it, great. If not, you search for other stuff while you're there. You might find something else you like. And do it that way, and just really try to save yourselves a few bucks, because why not? I mean,
Yeah.
all the stuff is really cool. It's all great quality. It's all official. We're not gonna post anything that could be fraudulent or fake or anything like that. Everything is gonna be legit. So, if we think it's a great deal, we're gonna send it to you. Honestly, dude, most of the stuff is what, like $20 and under?
Yeah, dude, even like $10 and under. We got some comments rolling in. Eric says he's got some. Your deals got me new cheap shirts for my birthday. That's always nice to hear. Daniel said he got the home kit last week for $35. Came to his house in 2 days. Like, you can't beat that.
You really can't.
It's funny.
You really can't.
Ari is saying we got to stop giving Amazon free promos. They raised the price on stuff after our post, but they dropped them again. So go check again.
That's the whole premise of this thing, where one day it's one thing and another day it's a different price. So again, when we post stuff, prices will change and can change. So if
we spot something in the moment, try to grab it.
So that's why you really need to follow and be up on it, because listen, we see it right then and there. Boom, you can go out and snag it, because again, you're not going to know when it's going to drop.
Yep.
But we try to keep an eyes on monitoring the price drops and the price history, and see when things might be on sale. I mean, listen, the price went up for 3 days.
Yep,
and now it's pulled back down for different stuff. So it's just keep an eye out. And if you guys want cool stuff, be sure to check with us, because we're going to show you how to get it for the cheapest amount.
Yeah, Victor is saying we got to get a Facebook page going as well. We'll try. It's a lot of work, but we're just trying to bring you guys some soccer deals. So thank you guys that have already followed that page, and make sure to give it a follow. And while you're on there, make sure to give Dudes in Blue a follow as well, and give us a shout out on there. We always love it when you guys do. Dude, I think that just about wraps up episode 93 here. Guys, right before we wrap up, smash that like button again. We really do appreciate all the love and support that you guys give to our show week in, week out. And a review on iTunes or Facebook is greatly appreciated, just so we know that we're doing something that you guys really enjoy. So, that being said, we got another home game on Saturday, dude.
Yeah, listen. One more thing for my 2 extra large, 3 extra large dilemma people in the group, if you're still here. So made it a point to get into the stadium early and try on both sizes for the authentic. The 2 extra large does not fit as tight as the 2 extra large did in previous years. It's a little more loose. However, the 3 extra large does give you ample amount of space. And so for me personally, I'm going to go with the 3 extra large.
On the authentic.
On the authentic. But if you're going for the replicas are much larger anyway, so that you might want to just check out. But if you're going authentic and you want a little bit more space, which I think you probably would, because I know me, I look like a sausage when I wear the tight clothes. So, but I tried both of them on, and for me, the 3 extra large fit over a sweatshirt and was awesome looking. So, for these cold games, you want to layer and stuff like that. It's always great. It'll be a little loose. But if your 2 extra large authentic was borderline, I think this year you might be okay. So check it out. I know you can't get 3 extra large in regular stores, so if you wanted to try it on, either try it on there or take my word for it. But I know everyone's different, but I figured you guys would be asking about that every week, so that's pretty much my 2 cents.
There you go. There you go. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us for episode 93. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, we're at Dudes in Blue. Make sure to check out FC Soccer Deals on Twitter as well. And, dude, until next week, stay blue, guys.
Peace.